Good morning, guys. Thanks for tuning in today. It's a beautiful morning. It's cold. I'm Andrew Nordbye. If you haven't seen my YouTube channel, go check it out. It's linked down below, Fishing with Nordbye. But we're out here today on a new lake. We're going to be breaking it down for you guys. This is Lake Cumberland in Kentucky. I'm getting ready to dump the boat in. We're going to do a lot of graphing around today, show you guys what to look for, how to find fish. About to go dump in. So, get excited. Let's go find some fish. Okay, we're graphing around right now looking for some activity. I'm graphing some main lake points, looking for mainly two things. You're looking for bait, and when you find the bait, you usually find the bass. And you're looking for, I like slow tapering drop points. You get to see if the fish are set up on them feeding. So I'm gonna give you a little idea of what we're graphing here. I'll show it to you on the map. But there you go. Right here you have all these rounded points, and right here I just graphed over this one. It's a slow taper from 13 to 30 right here, a slower taper, versus all the other areas are more rounded. This one sticks out more, so that's why we're graphing it. It's not the longest point, but this one also sticks out, so we're about to graph it next, coming up on it. And I like to sit in 20 to 30 foot with my side imaging and down imaging on, and I just graph right down that. So we're gonna hop back over. We're in 75. We're gonna hop back over to this point, and we're just graphing around. We're mainly looking for bait. Give us an idea if they're on main lake. If we're not seeing much bait, we're probably gonna move back in some creeks. The bait will probably be back there. And when you find the bait, normally the bass aren't too far behind. So, let's see. Oh, there's one. There's a bass. So we're graphing this point. We got one suspended off the bottom there. There's another one, a couple more. That looks good. There's, yeah, 3 or 4 bass. And there's the bait. There's the bait. That's what I'm talking about, guys. So, just came off of this tapering point. 4 bass. And some bait. That's a good start. So, I don't know. I'd cast at those a few times and see if you can get bit, because you know you didn't graph over all of them. You can look on side imaging. Looks like there's a couple off to the sides that we didn't graph right over the top of. And I'm going to keep graphing. I'm going to keep looking because I like to see a few more fish than that. And then we're going to start fishing. Okay, guys, right here is another prime example of a point we're looking at. And what I'm looking for to find these fish. You got a couple steeper points. It looks like the creek channel cuts right up against this one. We'll check that out, that little dip. And then on this point, it's more rounded, which sometimes they get on the rounded edge. But typically these long ones, this is a secondary kinda that comes out all the way to main lake. And you're talking 75 foot here. And there's smallmouth spots, largemouth in this lake. So the smallmouth love these long points. And it's a slow drop, 7, 10, 16, 25. Then when it hits about 30, it goes from 30 to 60, 30 to 70 real quick. And they'll sit on these long points that are in less than 30 feet. And so, looking at it in person here, you got the right point, the left point, right in the middle. This long point comes out. We're gonna graph over it real quick. And I'm gonna just do this for a while, see what kind of bait and fish I can find. And we're gonna go back and fish them, like I said. So I'm excited. Let's see if we can catch some big ones today. I'm gonna pick up my friend Robbie real quick, and we're gonna go try and catch us a few. I'm excited. The wind is starting to pick up. It's getting a little warmer though. The sun's coming out, so that's good. Maybe make these fish bite since it's cooling down on us. You got one already? Nice. On the old spinnerbait. Largy too. Okay. Nice. First spot we pull up to. That's a good sign. Spinnerbait over like 20 foot's where he hit it. That's crazy. another thing you guys want to look for when you're graphing are brush piles. Check this out. I just went over a couple big ones. We go back on them. There's a giant brush pile and there's a giant brush pile. And what's cool about this is there's bass, 3 or 4 bass in between them, and likely there's some bass inside of these brush piles, so we can go back and fish those with a jig or a worm. But I'm gonna put a waypoint. I'm gonna click on it, put a waypoint with my Garmin graph, and I'm gonna mark it as a brush pile symbol on both of those. And then when I go back, I want it right in the center of it. Then when I go back, I know exactly where the brush piles are and that they're brush piles. So another good tip, not only do you mark points and fish, but mark your brush piles, and it's a good way to catch some fish. Hooked up on the buzz bait. Nice. That's a stud. Yeah, it is. That's the biggest one so far. 2 3/4 probably.
2 1/2.
Yeah. Good one, man. Nice. Good work.
Yes, yes.
The buzz bait. Right in the stick-ups.
You will get a cat.
There it is. Oh, I got hit again.
And I just wrapped up.
I got hit right there. Nice. There's one. Yep.
That's another good one.
Yeah, he's decent. Not as big, but probably 14-incher. Long. Yep. That's sweet. Figuring a little something out now. They're in these treetops. Right off these rocks, running the spinnerbait through them. Because there's a bunch of shad up in here. And that spinnerbait blade stands out, and I caught a tree right now. Dang it. Now that's exciting. 2 bites and two more fish. 2 missed fish and 2 fish. Oh, I just spooked one out. I love throwing this finesse spinnerbait in colder water. We're back up the river. The water is about 6 degrees colder, 52 degrees. This turtleback blade on this spinnerbait is perfect for colder water. You just slow roll it along the bottom. Your best bet. Shatter busting. I just munch it. There you go. Nice. Spinnerbait. Oh, I just got hit too. He missed it. That's a decent one. He'd probably keep.
Close.
Yeah, he's long.
Close.
Probably real close. Nice. Spinnerbait. There he is. Right in this brush pile, guys. First cast in with the rage crawl. Yeah. Fat spot. Super toad spot. So fat, guys. Decent one though. All right. Okay. I just dropped Robbie off at the ramp. That thing didn't even hit the bottom yet. Okay, just pulling the boat out for today. Had a good time, caught some decent fish, and had fun breaking down Lake Cumberland. It was pretty sweet, and it can be tough, but it can also be really good at different times of the year. And that's most lakes, so you just gotta figure out what they're doing during that season. You're fishing it, and hopefully you catch them. I hope you learned something today. Again, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Fishing with Nordbye, and we'll catch you next time out here at the lake.